Hello and welcome to the polls. Chelsea 3-0 winners away to Newcastle United. Let's get straight in to our tweet of the day, which our hashtag of the day, which has got to be around one man. St Reece James Park. I'm in the company of Sam, Claire, and Jason's got us on Zoom as well. Jace, brilliant result, mate.
Hello, guys. What a great result. And, you know, we deserved that. I didn't see a 3-0 at half-time. I'm guessing most Chelsea fans didn't. I'd have taken 1-0 and run with it. But once we got that first goal, you started to see the frailties that Newcastle have got. They don't have a great deal of confidence going forward. They're trying to cling on. It's cling on football, basically. And once we got that goal, it was inevitable where the points were going to end up. And it was a question of, could we get the second? And then once we got the second, could we get the third? And then so on and so forth. But yeah, brilliant second half performance. I thought we played well today. You know, I don't think we were brilliant. I think there were moments in that first half that we perhaps forced one or two things. And when you play against a team that plays a 5-3-2 and they're happy to sit deep, it's hard sometimes to gather momentum because of the way that they set themselves up. So there's no pattern to the game. You have the ball and you pass and pass and pass and pass, but there's no energy to the game. You've got to create the energy yourself. It's not like they come on to us. But once we got the first goal, and by the way, Reece James and both goals, I mean, just stunning. It was, I really enjoyed that. Overall, a really, really good performance. Very, very satisfied.
Like we were kind of all saying at half-time as well, our knee-jerk reaction today is definitely of the same vibe, which is patience wins titles, because it really is. And Claire, there is an element of that. Like Jason said, it didn't feel like a 3-0 game at half-time and it was 0-0. It felt that we were going to get there, we were going to get over the line at some point, but it might be one of those where you just have to wait and see what happens.
The first half was quite dull, wasn't it? And we all knew that we were going to get there, but I think changing it up, changing the tactics, Reece James seemed to be playing a little bit narrower. Obviously, then the changes, Loftus-Cheek coming in. I think his height caused a few issues and asked a few different questions. It was just being able to switch up and maintain the same kind of level of intensity and kind of react to when these players do come on. So I think tactical changes, personnel changes, and just the patience.
That feels like it, doesn't it? It feels like we're always going to get a chance. Like, even when we're sat around here and it's 0-0 for the first 45 minutes, you go, we'll get a chance. We are going to have that. We are going to have that moment, and we've got the quality in the squad for it to happen. It doesn't ever feel like we're running out of ideas. It feels like we just keep going about our business.
Even before the changes, before Loftus-Cheek and Barkley came on, Ziyech got into the box a few times. There was an opportunity where he could have turned and had a strike, but he was getting in the box and he could have scored with that deflective shot as well. Hudson-Odoi started growing into the game and started taking on the players and realising that they were scared of him. And then as soon as Loftus-Cheek and Barkley came on, they were just driving at them. And like Claire said, just him being there caused them so much confusion. And then Reece James, obviously, a lovely finish. Oh,
really good finish, wasn't it? Let's move to the game on social then. It started, of course, with a Halloween theme for today. Halloween party. Stay up till 7 a.m. to watch Chelsea. Blimey, that's a shift from Mustafa. Good work. It's Halloween, football weekend. Let the monster of the team do what they do best. Very true. We got there in the MI, didn't we? We got it done. And then quite a few costumes coming in as well. Got my costume already sorted for Halloween. Claire, you were after a thing, little mask, like we were saying.
Little mask, or just take the
or a spider off the table, that'll do us. As well, happy Halloween as a Chelsea player. Great idea. That's a loophole, isn't it?
No, yeah.
Costume,
full
kit. Good work. There's a good few, isn't there? There's some fun to be had there, and Jace as well. You know, the fact that results have gone our way across the league, Liverpool dropping points, City dropping points as well. We've definitely come away from Halloween as the big winners.
I thought you were going to say if I dressed up. I was a bit worried about the way you were starting to dress.
I never ask you that because I never know the answer.
We're top of the league, and long may that continue. But you know what? I don't know what the other results are. You just told me this. I've just been watching Chelsea. I've not kept across any other results. Tell me what's happened. Liverpool dropped points.
Liverpool drew 2-2 with Brighton. And
City were 1-0 down at half-time with 10 men.
They're 2 down. They lost 2-0 to Palace. Conor Gallagher with a second as well.
Oh, my God, you just made my weekend even better. That's amazing. Sorry, what was the question there? Sorry. This was a game that we were expected to win, but you know, naturally, you go away from home, and Newcastle's never been the happiest hunting ground that we've ever had. I know we won there last year, but I've watched us suffer there in the past. But look, taking care of business, we don't concede goals. We've only conceded 2 goals in open play this season, the Premier League. You know, that we're not brilliant. No, I say we're not brilliant at scoring goals. Recently we have been, bizarrely, but up until the Norwich game, we were kind of a 1-0 or a 2-0 merchants, you know. Now we're starting to create goals, without our Romelu, without Timo. We're scoring goals from all over the park. We've done the analysis, didn't we, before the game about the wing-backs, about what they give us high and wide, but it's the creativity. But now, Chilwell and Reece, I saw a stat that the goals that Reece... 7 goals there.
Hang on, hold fire, because we've got a bit on that later. I'm going to give you a pat on the back as well, because your analysis was bang on.
I won't mention it. I won't. Okay, cool.
Because you've done good work, mate.
Steal your thunder.
You deserve your moment in the sun. I'm going to give you that in a while. Don't worry about that. Quite a lot of reaction on social media as well as the game progressed. This one's a really nice. When Andreas Christensen met Isaac Hayden, we've all seen this gif as well. Disgusting tackle by Hayden on Christensen. Do you know? There's a few people as well that potentially, I've seen red cards given for less.
It's a high challenge.
Yeah, he was very lucky.
Yeah,
he was out of control of the ball.
Yeah, there's a couple, isn't there? Right, we've got quite a lot, obviously, to get through. This one, let's get through the first half then. 2 tweets from the first half. Chelsea had 78% possession in the opening 30 minutes. Predictable, yet very frustrating from Adam. And a frustrating half where Newcastle sit deep, try and counter and draw fouls whenever they're in advanced position. Chelsea need to stay patient, but also keeping up the intensity of the attack. And that was exactly the case, Sam, wasn't it? You know, the fact that, we made the joke that there's a slight incline on the pitch in Newcastle and they're maybe just playing uphill. Like, you've got to give them a little bit of credit for that. But they defended really well, but we knew as the game went on, if Chelsea get the goal, it's a different proposition. And all of a sudden, Chelsea do find that bit of quality, that bit of class, and then you felt we were in complete control from the start of the game. Yeah,
and that's the thing. You know, we've always got the players to penetrate teams, but we knew Newcastle were going to come out and try and just stop us from scoring. And they did all right in the first half. I think we kind of played it slow and were a bit predictable. But second half, you saw as soon as Hudson-Odoi, he got on the ball, and Ziyech and Havertz, the positions they were picking up, turning as well, and just causing them a few more problems, giving them a few things to think about. I think that was what threw them off a little bit. And then the changes again. I think we say it all the time, but the squad depth and the fact that we can bring on a Loftus-Cheek and bring on a Barkley, a player that people counted out, and he's come in and he's being a quality player for us. It's amazing to see, man.
Absolutely right. And obviously the second half was mainly about one man. His first goal in particular, Reece James, was an absolute stunner on his left-hand side. Just loves world-class goals. A brilliant one to cut in onto his left foot and then whip it into the far corner as well. He only scores rockets. He does, Claire, doesn't he? That first goal was a stunner as well. There's a lot of bodies between him and in the back of the net, which he finds.
It looked like he made the wrong decision at first.
Yeah,
he came back in on his left. And just the timing of the hit, it was such technical prowess, wasn't it? It was fantastic. You should have seen us in there. It was a relief, wasn't it, I think?
Well, this is our overreaction tweet of the day. I think we've all kind of alluded to this already. Even Cafu and Zanetti were this good. Even Cafu and Zanetti were this good. I'm surprised that we've not seen the Cobham Cafu trending somewhere, because that's always the one, isn't it? It's always a little bit before that. But Jace, you did your piece of analysis before the game on the wing backs, how high and how much of an impact they're both having. Ben Chilwell's been the one that everyone's talking about because he's in a great vein of form, but Reece James today, the way that Chelsea play, and obviously again, big pat on the back to you for picking that as your analysis this week, because it's paid off brilliantly. But
it was me and the producer, it wasn't just me.
I've got that in, I'm joking. You've absolutely justifying the credit, mate, because they are very, very good, and we've seen that consistently over a period of time. The way Chelsea are playing, even when they're getting frustrated or it seems like we've got no options, like you said at half-time, they're trying to get in behind, they're trying to do something different. They give you another outlet, don't they?
Yeah, when you play the system that we do, the wing-backs are arguably, in terms of creativity, one of the most important areas that we need to attack. Now, the way that they played with the 5 at the back, they were, as I said at half-time, unashamedly 5. It wasn't like we play a 3 and a 4 and a 3, or that can move around. It was a 5-3-2 that they played. So the space out wide is harder to get into. What you saw was Ziyech and Callum making runs, inverted runs, trying to take their wing-backs inside to create the space for Ben and Reece. And there were 1 or 2 moments that it looked like we were going to get in. But the longer the game went on, what happened was they dropped deeper and deeper, and Reece started to find more space, not in behind, because there was no space. He started to find it in front of them. And you look at the way that the game started to develop. They got deeper, they started to try and look for that point they're going to try and keep. Reece found a little bit more space in front of their back 5, not trying to find it in behind. The goals, brilliant strike, technique. You know, you talk about technique and you expect that to be from someone like, I don't know, David Silva or Kevin De Bruyne or Eden Hazard. This is two strikes that, if you don't have composure when you hit that ball and you don't have control of your body, that goes everywhere. Watch both of them again. Two brilliant strikes. And I said in the analysis, he's arguably the best right-back, wing-back in the country right now. Certainly English, no question about that.
Claire, is there a little bit of that? Because, you know, as Chelsea fans, we're all biased, but we did all sit here and feel that they should have played more for England in the Euros, especially. You know, Ben Chilwell didn't even get on the pitch, and I think all of us saw the form that they were taking from the end of last season, playing the Champions League final for goodness sake, and then, you know, not getting them in. Is there a little bit that has not a point to prove, because we know they don't, but to other people a little bit, because it doesn't feel like they get the credit they deserve?
I don't think they do they? They're a little bit go under the radar a little bit. I think tactically, did they fit into the way England were playing? I think for me, you'd create your tactics around them, because they have that much of an impact. And as Jason was saying, they are the most important players, and if that's not working, we do struggle a little bit. But yeah, finding the space in front of him, the fact that he can, you know, resolve the problems on the pitch, he has that cool, calm nature about him. He's never phased, is he? Even when he scores, he was like, yeah, easy, I've done that all day long. But the second one, it just goes to show it was no accident. You know, he practices that day in, day out, and technically, he is one of the best.
Technique's unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, obviously, the Reece James loving has continued online. And again, Reece James from Paul is just inevitable now. Is he, like you said, composed unbelievable. Newcastle 0, Reece James 2. That's from Mark Worrell. Reece James having the season of his life, and we thought that was last year, and he's gone up again. That's how good he is. It's the Reece James show. He's been absolutely sensational, and you know, we can have this. We had this exact chat about Mason Mount last week. Players that you know love playing for this football club, players that you know how much it means to score for this football club. Like Claire said, you might not get that from Reece James because he's so composed when he scores. It looks like he's just paid for his shopping. Like he's genuinely that chill. He's that chill.
He bought some trainers online.
Exactly. He's just got 2 worldies away at St James's Park, but he's got that composure about him, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, and you can see his confidence is just going up and up every game, and he's seeing the confidence from Chilwell and the other players. They're trusting him in those positions. They're giving him the ball to strike it. Even we were screaming for him to take it first time, and then when he cut back and he hit with his left, he was like, OK, you got this type of thing. And then the second strike, like Claire said, you can see that. Chelsea fans, we've always said, we've known that he's had that quality from the academy all through the ranks, but now he's proving it in the Premier League and on a global stage. Like, we're saying in England, but realistically in the world, he's up there.
Yeah, absolutely right, mate, absolutely right. Well, obviously, there was another goal scorer this afternoon, and it was our captain for the afternoon, Jorginho. Here he is speaking to Matt.
Great goal from Reece to get things started with his left foot as well, his weaker foot supposedly.
Yeah, he's good. He's amazing with both feet. So he opened the game for us, and it was great, and it was a beautiful goal.
Another 3 goals in the Premier League. They're flying in at the moment, and again, different players contributing. It's a real credit that we've got, isn't it? To have so many people capable of scoring means that there's not the burden on one specific player all the time.
Yeah, that's good, and that it means that the group is doing an amazing job. You know, it's doing hard work, so everyone can help the team scoring, or even when you don't score, because the most important is the team. And then when you have a group of players like this with this quality, and then you put effort and hard work on it, and then you can have the results, and that's what's happening. And then what's even better, when everyone keep working hard and pushing, and you have another clean sheet, and that's a good thing, because maybe sometimes you win, you score some goals, and then you just get relaxed, and that's not the way we work, and that's a good thing.
I know it's only a quarter of the way through the season, league game-wise, but it feels like a pretty significant day, with City losing at home and Liverpool dropping points as well. 3 points clear, obviously lots of points still to play for, but it's the position we want to be in at this stage of the season.
No, the thing is, we need to try to win every single game, and not drop points in these kind of games. You know, maybe we missed these the last maybe two years, and now we don't want to drop these points. We want to keep to keep working hard and pushing to win the games and bring 3 points home.
Well done. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Jorginho, again, successful from the penalty spot for the third goal. In fact, have a little look at this stat that we've got regarding his success rate, because this is sensational, this. It is coming, but he's so reliable. He's the first player in Premier League history to have 10 consecutive goals in the competition come from the penalty spot specialist. And Jace, he's got that ability, hasn't he, to change the way he takes penalties as well, because we do it. We watch Chelsea more than anyone, us four sat around here, and obviously all Chelsea fans, but I don't know if he's going to jump. I don't know if he's going to skip on the run-up. But he must have goalkeepers guessing twice as hard as we are, because I'm going to have no idea if he's going to do it or not.
Absolutely right. And the commentary I was listening to Ben and Clive, they made that point, actually. They don't know what he's going to do. The one thing I was really happy about, I'm guessing you guys like me were thinking, give it to Reece.
Yes.
But you know what? Do you know what? We all thought that, but the right decision was to give it to Jorginho. And I think that shows now that we are... Had it been 5-0, give it to Reece. Maybe 4-0. At 2-0, the points still needed to be secured. And that shows a manager that is absolutely ruthless and a team that's absolutely ruthless and doing the right thing and making sure we pick up all 3 points. Yeah. So that tells me my manager is absolutely not doing it for anything else but this football club.
That talked me down, to be fair, Jay. Sentiment had lost me. I was going, give it Reece, Reece snatched it off him, give it Reece.
I said the same, but the right decision, we all know that, right? The right decision.
Absolutely right.
It is ruthless, isn't it?
Absolutely right, absolutely right. And Jorginho is ruthless from the spot, and it's exactly like you said, it's exactly what you want. This is the stat that I stopped Jason telling you earlier, which is incredible, which is league goals this season. Messi and Mbappe 5, Reece James and Chilwell 7.
Levels.
That is sensational. Messi got hooked at half-time last night as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, Jason did say they're the most important players in the attacking force, so there you go. That speaks volumes, though.
In the modern game, certainly the shape we play, absolutely. Really important.
But it comes down to it as well, Sam, that it doesn't feel like a flash in the pan or a fluke. It feels like, these two can go on, and between them, you're never, ever going to go into a season and go, I reckon our wing-backs can get us 15 between them. But genuinely, in all competitions, that's not an unrealistic target, the way that we play football.
Definitely, and it's even funny because we're forgetting that Alonso, before Chilwell came into, he was getting in amongst the goals as well. So it's literally all our wing-backs, they understand the assignment, they understand what Tuchel's asking them to do, and they're getting in those positions consistently. You can tell that the work they're putting on the training ground is working in the matches, and I don't see them slowing down. I'm just seeing them getting more confident, and it's going to get to those big games, and you're going to see a Reece James score the winner or Chilwell score the winner, and then we're just going to be happy. You know what I mean?
Going to be absolutely loving life. Someone that's going to be very happy after his team's performance today. Thomas Tuchel speaking to Matt Davies-Adams.
Thomas, was it all about patience for an hour and then our quality in front of goal finally showed?
Yeah, we were very dominant, and you have to be patient, of course. It's difficult because, first of all, there were many interruptions in the game. They were delaying the game. They tried to interrupt the rhythm. And if you are the only team who's responsible for the intensity and the rhythm, it's not too easy. So we heavily relied on a good structure and on a good structure for counter pressing, because then you can increase the risk around the box. And while we protected ourselves in close distance, it was better for us we relied on the counter pressing and to protect us against counter attacks. This was very good, even in the first half. Then we brought a little bit more bodies to the box and increased the risk in the second half, and were straight away more dangerous, with Hakim and Kai playing closer together. And collecting second balls, and the pressure was growing. And it's not the first football match where you need a goal to set things clear and to gain a bit the freedom of not like running behind a result that proves the performance. Yeah.
Speaks a lot about the players' mentality, doesn't it? That they're able to stay switched on. It must be difficult when you're having so much of the ball, but you can't find it. It's sometimes dangerous to not fall asleep, and to not confuse being patient with being slow and taking slow decisions. And that's why I'm super happy with the performance off the ball. I think we were brilliant off the ball throughout the whole match.
defending all the long balls and the second and third balls, to collect them. And if you have so much ball possession in your opponent's half, to close the spaces before they can create counterattacks. That was the key, and like I said, I think that we were brilliant off the ball today.
2 goals for Reece. Is that something you've been asking him to maybe contribute a bit more? Because he's got such a powerful shot. He's such a brilliant striker of the ball.
If it was so easy, we would just demand it every 3 days. But in general, we rely, of course, on our wingbacks to arrive in the box in the end of our attacks. Chile was decisive in the last matches, and Aspi, Marcos were decisive in earlier matches. Now it was again Reece who had two brilliant finishes and secured the victory. Yeah, we did. It's not easy, but when you play as wingbacks, it's necessary that we are dangerous from more positions and especially from their positions.
I know you'll tell me to calm down. It's early in the season, but it feels like a big day. Liverpool dropping points, City losing, us winning.
Calm down. I just no. It is like this. If you think like we are inside and celebrating other results, it's not like this. We were congratulating the team to the performance and the effort that we put in. This is what counts. It's a long way to go. It's not the moment. I don't feel comfortable celebrating other results. It's what goes around comes around. So put the feet on the ground and enjoy the moment. We did a good match, have a great result.
Finally, I wanted to ask you about our supporters. It's a long old trip to come up here from London, but I thought they were magnificent. And also,
it's brilliant.
You've got your own song at last. Must be nice to hear them chanting your name.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry for that. So I didn't hear it. If it's like this, yeah, it's great. No, I was impressed. We had so many supporters here. It's anyway pretty impressive stadium. To calm the crowd down like we did today is also an achievement, and it was by quality and concentration. Well done again to the team and to the players, and I'm happy in front of the spectator. Our spectators scoring 3 goals in an away game. It's top.
Well done. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
What an incredible man. What a guy.
What a man.
And also, the straight away, the calm down thing. Like, look at this stat as well. Chelsea have won 10 of their 14 Premier League away games under Thomas Tuchel. Only Gus Hiddink and Jose Mourinho have reached 10 away victories in fewer games in the competition than the German, which is perfect. That's an incredible stat, Claire, as well. Bearing in mind, with a lot of those games last season will have come in the midst of a Champions League run.
And I think, you know what, last season, potentially we wouldn't have got a win here. I think it shows, for me, I love how he always talks about solutions, finding a solution. So there's always a solution, which I think takes a little bit of pressure off these kind of game situations, because there is always an outlet somewhere, and it's about finding that, which I think he just installs calm in doing so. The way he positions it, it's just, it's cool, isn't he? He's a cool guy.
He's a really cool guy. And Jace, he's got that bit about him. We were just saying there, watching the interview, that he's one of those people that he feels that you're being educated when you listen to him, because he talks you through everything. He's so honest, he's so open, and that's so refreshing as well, because, we know it's difficult a lot of the time for managers to come in and acquit themselves, especially Thomas Tuchel. English isn't his first language. Sometimes they're quite guarded, but he's so open. Yeah,
he's. I love the way he speaks. I love the way he represents my club. He's honest. He's very open, as you just said there. He doesn't seem to take things. There's no offence. He's not been rattled. But what we haven't seen yet is Thomas Tuchel under a bit of pressure. And there was a lot of people that thought that about Jurgen Klopp when he first came. Yeah, smiles, happy, loads of teeth. But when the results didn't go his way, you saw a different side to him. So I think what we're seeing right now, and God may it continue, is a Thomas Tuchel that is winning games, winning trophies, top of the table. But there will inevitably be a period where perhaps the questions are a little trickier. The questions are about performances and results and things. But right now, we are seeing a very happy dressing room, a very happy fan base, a very happy manager, and a very happy Chelsea TV, because right now we are the best club in the country. We are performing at a level that I'm not so sure we thought we could perform consistently. Another clean sheet, by the way.
Yeah.
Another clean sheet. 3 goals in 10 games, 2 in open play. I mean, what was the is it 15 we got under Jose? 05? 04?
Yeah, 15, yeah.
Was it, right, so right now, that record could be broken.
Oh, yeah.
That's how good we are defensively.
Calm down, Jason. I'll say it for you. Right?
I know, but I know. Tuchel would not like me saying that. But right now, you do the maths.
You're not wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
3 goals in 10. So where does that put us? You know, in 38,
Loads of teeth. Loads of teeth has caught me.
What's the key?
Loads of teeth's absolutely caught me. Let's hear from the match winner. Reece James was speaking to Matt.
Reece, well done. 2 goals in a game for the first time and 2 fine strikes as well. You must be pretty pleased with your day's work.
Yeah, it was a very tough game. You know, we saw that in the first half, trying to break them down many times. And yeah, thankfully I scored 2 goals in the second half, and Georgie got a goal as well to seal the game. And keeping another clean sheet is obviously helps the team build confidence.
The first one, was it one of those where you knew it was in as soon as it left your boot?
Yeah, as soon as it left my foot, I kind of know that the keeper wasn't stopping it. So it was always nice.
You've added a couple more goals to your game this season. There's always something that's been in there, hasn't it? You know, we think of that magnificent one you got for Wigan at Bristol City all those years back. But do you set yourself a target in terms of goals, or is that not something defenders are interested in?
No, I don't really set a target, you know. I mean, I play higher up the pitch now, and I'm in the box quite a lot, so I try and contribute more to the team. It's only going to help the team in the long run.
The system that we play seems built for you in a lot of ways. You must love the fact that you've got the licence to get forward kind of as and when you want.
Yeah, of course, you know, I think it helps both me and Chile, you know, both of us, me on one side and him on the other, you know. We're both bombing on all the time. If it's not me, then it's him, and vice versa, so it's good.
Winning games in different ways at the moment, aren't we? Obviously, last weekend, a thumping victory. Midweek it was a bit tricky, it went to penalties, and today we had to be patient. That's a mark of a good team if you can do that, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. You know, good teams have to win in different ways. You know, you can't. You know, in the week we still won, but it wasn't probably our best performance. But yeah, winning in different ways, even when you're not performing at the highest level, is a good sign.
Switching to the Champions League in midweek, it's the way it goes at this club, isn't it? They're all big games. The next one's always the biggest, but it's a good way to go into it. We've got some real momentum there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously building our last few results going into this game, we're going to have to prepare right as well. You know, it's going to be another tough game, and we're ready for it.
Well done today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Reece.
Love that. Business as usual, pretty much, isn't it? I mean, scored 2, has a great game, and then it's on to the next one. This is a really nice one as well. After scoring his second goal of the game, Reece James now been directly involved in more goals than any other Chelsea player in all competitions this season. 4 goals, 3 assists. Update.
Is he joint top goal scorer, or have I just...
I think he
is
might,
he?
I think
Yeah,
he might.
Yeah, or one behind.
He is, because Lukaku's got 4. Yeah, so
not bad.
Again, it's been incredible. But like Matt was saying there, Claire, I suppose you don't set a target. But if you are Reece James and you're getting involved in those positions, it's just you go again and you see where you get to.
Yeah, I think that position, it has that expectation now as well, doesn't it? To be in the end, even if it's just creating, just being in and around the box, and finishing as he does. So it looks so nonchalant, doesn't he? Even then, as I was saying, he just looks so chill.
So chill.
But yeah, I'm sure he'll have a number in his head, I'm sure.
He's got one.
It must be on his wall above his bed.
we were a lot less chilled, actually, as the goals were going in from Reece James. Have a little look at these are our reactions within the studio. It's a great finish, that first one, isn't it?
Sorry.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
This is the second one. I think we all thought it was
Love it.
I was worried the Halloween, the pumpkins would go flying somewhere.
See, they just get a little bit calm.
That was a calm one.
Yeah,
that was good, you know,
business as usual.
That was a calm one. That was a calm one. That was a calm one.
Oh,
There's a little dance going as well there. It's a little celebration.
I'll save that for later.
Yeah, a little celebration. Little celebration. It's fine. Jace, like we keep saying, it feels like business as usual. Before the game, we spoke about just getting past it. You get a result, you get a performance, and you move on. You can't stick too long on it. But days like today, when Liverpool have dropped points, Man City have dropped points, have become a lot more in focus, a lot more important. They don't know that the game's going on, but like you've already mentioned, it felt like games like this in the past we've come unstuck against. You know, we've dropped points, and now this team doesn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to look to the results of Liverpool, Manchester City, and think, OK, that's 3 points, certainly on City, 2 on Liverpool, where we've gained where we didn't expect to gain those points. Let's be honest, we all expected Liverpool when they went 2-0 up to beat Brighton. You guys told me the result, I wasn't following that, but I heard about Man City being 1-0 down and a man down. But what that has done for us now is just move us another extra couple of points towards our main goal, and it now makes their job a little bit harder. So it might be one of those weekends you go, that was a pivotal moment, but there's so much football to be played. I've just looked at some of the results that have come up on the screen here. When we got beat by Man City, and well beaten by Man City, and Juve, we've won the next 6 games. So we've responded to disappointment. Two disappointing results. 2 good teams, mind, let's have it right. Man City at home and Juve away. 2 bad results for us. But the way we've responded, I think we can look back and say that is really satisfying, that we've gone on a nice run, 6 games on the spin, 6 victories, and now we look forward to Malmo. Now we look forward to next week against Burnley. So that's where we've got to be now, is look back at what happened. There was a slip up, and we've recovered, and we've moved forward, with real gusto.
Absolutely right. And like you've already mentioned, coming up this week, we've got a busy week, in fact, on the 5th stand-up, with that game against Malmo in the Champions League on Tuesday evening, 5 o'clock. Monday afternoon, Thomas Tuchel will be taking his press conference, speaking to the press ahead of that. It's quite a quick turnaround now. Yeah. Quite a lot, isn't it? Quite a lot of the time we have a quick turnaround on the 5th stand-up. And then, of course, it's a longer run-up, only an extra couple of days, but a longer run-up towards the weekend when we're back in Premier League action. 1:55 on Saturday at home to Burnley. You had a good result actually today in the Premier League away against Brentford, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Right, thank you very much, Jace. Nice one, mate. We'll see you very soon. Claire, Sam, brilliant as always.
I'll take this.
Perfect. You take the bird. Yeah, you get all that sort of your Halloween parties. Thank you very much. Chelsea have gone up to the Castle and they've come away on Halloween with nothing but a treat. Get in. Have a wonderful evening.